What's going on, you guys? This is Matt with M2 Elite Tactical. Thank you for watching the video, and let's talk about what we're going to be reviewing today. That is the Springfield Prodigy DS. This is going to be the 4.5 inch 2011, which they have as marked as DS for double stack. I think 2011 is copyrighted by Staccato or one of those brands. So I actually got to take it to the range today. I've had it for a couple days and been messing around with it at home, took it apart, did everything I would normally do when I get a firearm. I kind of want to see how everything works. So with some of the other reviews that I've seen of this particular firearm, people may have had some failure to get into battery. Some of them were having failure to extract. A couple different things. I have had no issues with this particular firearm. Maybe I just got a good one, or I don't know, luck of the draw. I've only had one firearm that I purchased that I had an issue with in my whole lifetime. Knock on wood. So with that being said, this is my first go round with this platform, and I am pleasantly pleased with it. So let's kind of go over the firearm itself. The grip texture for this firearm is actually really, really nice. This has the same grip texture as the Hellcat, as we all know. The checkering on the back, grip texture on the front, small undercut. Looks like a little bit of a double undercut here. Nothing major. There is some stippling on the front of it, but I do have a light here because I like to have lights on all my firearms. I am going to be getting a, this is optics ready. I am going to be getting an optic on here just because that's what I like to shoot. I'm thinking either the 509, maybe an EPS, maybe an EPS carry. So I definitely got to get a plate for it, and then we'll go from there. So let me know what you guys are running. Help me out, because like I said, this is my first go round with this style of firearm. But before I even took it out to the range, I'd watched a couple different reviews of people saying that there was Cerakoting on the inside of it because it is a Cerakoted firearm, and that was kind of gumming everything up. So I literally sat in the basement, oiled it up. I didn't use any abrasives or anything like that, and just sat here and just racked and racked and racked. And there's some stuff did come out of it. I cleaned it, then oiled it, cleaned it, then oiled it, cleaned it, then oiled it. I probably did it about 500 or 600 times just because as it was getting better, I was like, ooh, maybe this is working. But I didn't have any issues with the firearm. So I did take it to the range today. I had a couple hundred rounds through it. So with that being said, I did have one malfunction, and that was because of something that I did. With the way that I shoot, I tend to ride very high up on the slide because I'm trying to get the lowest bore access possible. And my hand was riding on the slide. So that's what stopped the firearm from going into battery. Tap rack, perfectly fine. Had no other issues with the gun. So with that being said, it's a good gun. For the price that it is, getting into this type of firearm, Springfield sells it $1,600, I think. Street price, you might get it for $14. If you're buying it from somebody, maybe $13, $13.50. I actually traded for this firearm, and I'm very happy that I did. What you'll get with it, of course, is the instruction manual, the case, all that stuff. You'll be able to remove the optics plate. They make a version where you can get the hex. I'm not a big fan of that optics, so decided not to do that. Comes with a 17-round magazine and then a 20-round magazine. If you know me, I am a capacity whore. I love having the most amount of rounds possible. That's just how I like to shoot, right? Less reloading and more rounds to carry. This firearm to me could be a potential winter carry. It is super heavy. I'm going to list the weight below. And again, I'm adding a light. I'm going to be adding an optic. If I'm carrying it fully loaded, there's going to be that. So it is definitely a heavy gun. But the most important thing to me was remembering to hit the safety, right? So when you're coming from a striker fire pistol to this 1911 platform, getting used to turning off the safety as you're getting the firearm out and then coming back. That was a big thing for me. With me, I just thought of it as a rifle, manipulating my safety on the rifle. It is a little different because it goes the other way than what it does with a rifle. But I've been working on it. Didn't get a chance to do any splits or anything like that or get it out on an open range. I did do some indoor stuff, as you've seen in the little B-roll, maybe a couple shots here and there. But it's a smooth shooter. I will say that. When I was putting it out there and getting used to it, it definitely was a smooth shooter. So, you know, getting my hand out there, doing the safety, definitely like that. Also, the rear sight, if you're going to be shooting it with iron sights, is serrated. It's blacked out with a high-vis fiber optic, so you can switch this out. It came with a green. I do like the green on there. When I do put an optic on there, it'll be a red one, so I will not have any issues with them kind of interrupting with each other. Trigger, it's a 1911. It's probably not the best 1911 trigger. Right now, it feels like it's a 4.5 pound pull. Nice and crisp. Rack it again. Nice and crisp. The take up, little gritty, but compared to a striker fired, huge difference, super smooth. So, like I said, I do like the firearm. I can't complain about it. For the price point that I got it at and getting into this style, it's definitely a good gun. I'm not going to lie. I'm glad I didn't have any issues with the firearm and have anything taken away from it. It's that old school Steven Seagal, that 1911-ish style. Yes, it's a 2011, but having that style of firearm when you're shooting, it's really cool to bring back some nostalgia. And I get why guys like it and carry it and do all that stuff. I'm going to probably take it to a class with me and do that, see how it runs. That'll really put it through its paces, because being on the standstill range, I don't think really does. But I definitely put it through a couple hundred rounds. So, with that being said, this is just a quick initial review. I'm going to probably put a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 or 2 more rounds through it. And then if you guys have any questions, write me. Also, if you're looking for optics, of course, we're going to use Optics for us. Use code M2ET. That'll save you 12% on most items. There are restrictions that do apply. I know some people have wrote me about that. But and all in all, this is a good firearm, and I'm very happy with my trade for this firearm. Would I recommend it to people? Yeah, absolutely. Would I recommend it for concealed carry? I can't say so yet because I haven't put enough rounds through it, but I'll definitely put the rounds through it in the next couple months. Good weather is coming, so that means more range time for us. So yeah, Springfield, I think you knocked it out the park with this one. And for the price that it is on this entry-level style gun, it's good. That's all I can really say. Of course, if I run into any issues, I will update people and kind of go from there. But my initial impressions, good gun. Again, like I said, thank you guys for watching. We are going to have some training coming up. If you're going to be in the Cleveland area, reach out to us. We're going to try and do once-a-month range days where we can get out there to the range and, you know, get some training, shoot with some friends. So that's important to me. Also, getting new shooters out on the range is very important, because I want them to get out there and have a good first experience with people and have fun. Be safe and have fun. So with that being said, thank you guys. Springfield Prodigy, I would recommend it. You guys take care and have a great day.